Hi dear guys and girls, Petra here. I thought today I would do a video on projection because I've said in previous videos that I was going to focus more on the healing after narcissistic abuse and less on the traits of narcissism. But you have been sending me so many emails and telling your story and asking questions. And, just judging from the amount of emails that you've been sending, I realize that it is, good to make more videos on the certain traits of narcissism and the manipulation tactics and abusive tactics that they pull out of their bag of tricks. So, yeah, I don't think I've done one on projection. So I thought I'd focus on that today because it is something that is very real with a narcissistic relationship. It's something that we have all been subjected to. And it's a very fascinating thing as well, projection, because, when you have become educated on narcissism, when you have educated yourself on it, you then realize, and it is oftentimes in hindsight, that you realize that the projection is actually their way of unmasking themselves. And they don't do this deliberately to unmask themselves. It is something that is done from a subconscious level. But, when you are more educated on narcissism, then you will realize that they are showing you who they truly are by using the projection tactic on you. Now, what does that look like? The projection is the accusations that they will throw into your face, the labels that they will put onto you. Now, the accusations, to give you a few examples from my own experience with the narcissistic ex-friend, was I was told, you are not authentic, Petra. You do not come from a place of integrity. You are not transparent. You are a bad mother. You over-exaggerate on everything. You don't treat me as an equal. You don't have the same values of friendship that I have. And when these accusations and labels were placed on me, the label, by the way, was when she called me a narcissist. She said, you are an absolute narcissist. And so this is the label that you will get. When these accusations and labels are placed onto you, you go into a state of confusion. So the narcissist projection is your confusion because you think, what the heck? You just don't get it. You are flabbergasted by what they have just said to you because at a logical level, you know that it is not true. But because you have been in the relationship so long, because they have messed with your mind, you will believe just about anything that they say to you, that they tell you. So this is when you are further along in the relationship. This is the gaslighting as well that comes into play, but that's a whole another video. So you will be very confused by this, by all the accusations and the labels. It might even go, they might even say to you, you are cheating on me. I expect you of cheating on me. Now, when all these things are said to you, this is the narcissist mirroring themselves at you. So whatever they think, whatever they say about you, they are actually speaking about themselves. Now, why do they do this? This is because they cannot deal with the broken parts of them. They live in a constant state of fear, of disgust for who they are, the place of darkness that they're coming from. So it's all their broken pieces from their childhood, from their life experiences that come into play. And because they do not know how to put introspection into play. They don't know what to do with all these feelings, so all these feelings are coming at them, and they will just take them and turn them around and project them back onto you. This is what they do because they cannot handle who they truly and authentically are. So they project their false self onto you because they do not want to take responsibility for who they are. So what does a coward and a bully do? Which in my, from my perspective, a narcissist is a coward and is a bully. And a coward and a bully do not take responsibility for their actions. They put the blame onto someone else. So they will always be blame shifting. And this is what also comes into play when they project onto you. So yes, they are totally disgusted with who they are, and it is easier, it is less painful for them to put the blame onto you instead of applying introspection, which we all know a narcissist is not capable of introspection because they believe that they never do anything wrong, they're always superior, they know that they have broken pieces within them, they know that what they are doing is not right, they know that they are hurting you, and because to them it is at a blazing level, it is so blazingly hot for them, it's like holding a hot coal. That's the way you can see, that they're holding these hot coals within them, and because they don't know how to deal with that, how to use the introspection, how to help heal themselves, they will take those coals and throw them at you. So that is also the projection, that is the blame game, that is the bullying, that is all the nastiness that comes into play. So when you confront them with who they are, they will be disgusted. And the disgust comes from two places. Number one is that, of course, they feel disgusted about what they have done to you and what they have said. They realize what they are doing. And the second thing that they will be disgusted about is that you have the audacity to point out their bad behavior. You have the audacity to show them their broken pieces. They cannot stomach this. So when you confront them on their behavior, when you show them their broken pieces, they will react with the silent treatment. This is the narcissistic fury. Because you are the despicable person, or they will go into full-blown rage. And if you are dealing with a malignant narcissist who is up there on the scale of narcissism, then you will find that they will physically attack you. Now, I have never experienced this myself, thank goodness, but I was in a situation where I was with this narcissistic ex-friend, and her ex-boyfriend, lover, was there as well, and he had said something to her that set her off. She didn't like what he was saying. He was again confronting her with her broken pieces, and she went into a total rage and she physically attacked him. So this is another form of punishment. Either they will give you the silent treatment or they will physically attack you, and of course in some situations they will also verbally attack you. And it is not always done with profanity. Sometimes it is done with a very condescending tone. They will be very correct in what they say to you. They will use correct words, not nasty words, but you will feel it. It'll be like a knife being driven into you. So yeah, you will definitely be punished for calling them out on their projection. And I remember going through this myself. The projection in my friendship was, of course, it happened during the course of the friendship, but it was taken to a whole different level when she realized that I was onto her with certain things and that I was confronting her more and more. This is when she took the projection to another level. She just turned up the heat. And I remember receiving pages and pages of emails from her when we were in our last phases of this broken friendship, she sent me all these emails, and they were just riddled with projection. And I remember, I read the first paragraph, and it just knocks the wind out of you. It takes away all your energy. And I remember reading the first paragraph, and I thought, I don't want to deal with this. This is just, it is untrue. Everything she's written was untrue. And I just hit the reply button on the computer, and I said to her, just read your own mail, the email that you sent me, read it back to yourself. And instead of using my name, put your name in that place. Because it was projection. Everything that she had written was her projection. And of course, needless to say, when I hit the reply button, I think it was within 30 seconds, I got a reply back, and she just totally lost it because I had confronted her with her broken pieces. So you can probably relate to that. They do not like it. It is like, the video where I mentioned that they are like vampires. As soon as you realize that they are holding up their mirror, they are mirroring themselves to you, just take that mirror and flip it around. And when the vampire sees themselves in the mirror, or when the light comes on, when the truth is shone onto their darkness, that is when you will get these outrageous reactions from them. There will be fury, there will be silent treatment, there will be the verbal or the physical abuse. So this is just to confirm to you who you are in fact dealing with. So they definitely use their projection, even though they do not realize it. They use the projection to unmask themselves. This is another way of knowing for sure that you are dealing with a narcissist. So of course you will try and convince them to admit the truth of their wrongdoings, to admit the truth of their projection. But this is something that they will never admit to. You will just get denial from them. You will get statements like, oh, I don't remember saying that. Oh, and if I did say it, then you took it the way that I did not mean it. So it is an endless story. You will just never win this fight with them. So yeah, when you are confronting them on their projection, of course, you will go into a state of utter confusion. You will be heartbroken, especially if it is, if you are, if it is a narcissistic spouse or ex-partner. You will just be heartbroken at the whole ordeal because you had this idea in your head of building a life together, and maybe you have built a life together in some situations. You talked about growing old together. You talked about raising children. You talked about enjoying your grandchildren at some point. So you have this whole image and this whole dream and vision in your mind about how life was supposed to be with the narcissist. But all you can do is sit and be heartbroken and be dismayed at their fabrications of you. It is absolutely heartbreaking. So, when you try and get them to deal with you in a normal fashion, just know that this is something that they are just not capable of. Because they are coming from a false self, because it has been confirmed that you are dealing with a false person by what they are telling you through the projection. So, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Don't wait for the second, third, and fourth time. Just believe them straight away. And there's, I'm sure, a lot more to say on projection. Just share your comments and your stories down below on the whole projection phase. It is very fascinating to me. This whole phenomenon of narcissism is so very fascinating. You know, I can just read up on it every single day, all day long. It is very fascinating how their mind works. And it is even more fascinating when you have left the relationship or friendship to look back and how the puzzle just sort of comes together. You know, that is why it is so important to keep a journal as well, which is what I have done for many years. And just reading back on the certain situations that I went through, and the gaslighting, the projection, the stonewalling, the silent treatment, it didn't make sense back then. But reading back on it now and applying what I know now, just sort of, it just gets the puzzle complete. And then that's when you understand it, and that is when you can truly heal from the narcissistic abuse. This is what I keep saying, you know, one of the best ways of self-care is educating yourself on narcissism, so that in the end you will be able to see the bigger picture and things will just logically fall into place, because that is what we want as healthy new human beings. We want to see, we want to understand, and we want to have some form of logic in craziness, and we want to be able to see the puzzle complete. So keep educating yourselves on narcissism and all the traits and the tactics that they use, because that will provide you with the answers that you ultimately want. Thanks again for tuning in, and share your comments, share your stories. I love reading them, and I just love that we all come on this community and just share. So it just feels so good. So thank you all for doing that. Take care of yourselves, and stay happy, stay blessed, and speak to you all next time. Bye now.